Absolutely perfect.
That's
We're
the
on.
same.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey!
Hello.
Let's hear
Boobs.
it for
Yes. Boobs are the word. You are welcome. I don't know why I added three
Welcome.
R's to that welcome there. I don't know. I don't know what that was about. Sorry about that. You are very, very welcome along to Rise of the Forsaken, chapter 22, Hope and Despair, even though the stream element says chapter 21, The Silver Stairs. Somebody is asleep at the wheel.
James.
Oh my god.
Probably,
James,
probably
you're
the bot.
fired.
I think it's the bot's fault.
Oh, that bot.
That
bot of
what if that bot
mine.
has nice beats though? Yeah. I hope wherever you are, at whatever time of the day it is that your Monday has been a good day so far. And if it hasn't, well, you are welcome to stay with us for the evening and watch some D&D. We are D8 Dungeon, a group of... This is why you shouldn't use Skype.
Does that come up on the stream
There's
when
too
I do
many
that?
buttons.
The only thing it comes up on is the subtitles box.
Oh, okay.
But that's fine.
Use it to your heart's content.
Yeah.
We are D8 Dungeon, a group of Irish tabletop role-playing gamers who just love telling stories and using emoticons here on Skype. I forgot what I was going to say next. I'm distracted by all the reindeer.
Plug the sponsors. Declan, plug the sponsors.
Yes, sorry. Thank you.
We need to eat.
Did you open a window / door?
No, I didn't. I will do it. I will do it on the break. I will do it live on the break. And yeah, if you want to watch that, make sure you follow. Where are my words this evening? It's going to make for a very interesting D&D as I stumble through pronunciations of certain words. Anyway, to catch that video, do make sure you're following us on Instagram at D8 Dungeon. And we are opening a Dakota Irish Dice Advent Calendar every day on the run-up to Christmas. And speaking of Dakota Irish, this is my lovely little segue. Oh my god, I'm so good at this.
Oh my god.
I'm quitting my job. I'm going to be a social media influencer. I'm out of here. Peace. We are part of the Dakota Irish Guild. And as part of that guild, we are able to pass on some discount codes to our followers and our friends. And if you head on over to Dakota Irish and you're looking to pick up some sexy dice for yourself or as a gift, because I think they're still shipping up until... Is it the 19th, I believe? It's on the website anyway, but last minute D&D gift ideas for the TTRPG player in your life. A way to bribe, I don't know, a certain DM into giving you levels. I don't know who that might be. If all other tactics hasn't worked out, gifts really work. If you... 'Tis the season, Declan. Give Fiona a level.
We're gonna get banned. We're gonna get banned for that. You can't show that. It's religious iconography. You can't
this
do
is
that.
my best pal, Mr.
It's not religious.
Mr. Canoe. Give Nora a level. That was mine.
Oh my god. Some
Thanks.
demon appears to have infiltrated the stream.
Will?
To combat it.
Look at his little baby hand. Look at his little baby hand.
Oh god.
Guys, my Christmas hat got stolen. I don't think we can do the stream tonight.
What do you mean? Who stole your Christmas
probably
hat?
Juliet.
Oh, I thought you meant an actual person, like a stranger.
An actual person? Oh my god. Declan, keep going. We can't dwell on this.
Yeah, I would say, anywho, if you use the code D8 at checkout, you can avail of a discount. So head on over to Dakota Irish, pick yourself up some lovely, lovely dice. They do loads of stuff outside of dice as well. There's loads of TTRPG accessories. I literally was about to say sexessories. I don't know what's wrong with my mouth today.
No, no.
Dice, candles, D&D official apparel, you name it, it's all there. We absolutely love them. And imagine you were terrified of freaking dolls. Good thing Radius Ulna likes them. But if you were terrified of dolls and Kat and Fiona are just like showing these terrifying baby-handed, duck-lipped...
Oh my god! High five!
Wow!
Through
Oh.
Jacqueline's head. No, I think
This
you're going
way?
the wrong way.
Just trying to focus.
There we go.
Anyway, do we have any more sponsors?
Yes, we do. We have one more. Thanks, Cat's Doll. Just to very quickly
Well,
mention,
welcome, Mr.
if
Duty. You are back on the nice list. He was very naughty. Santa told me everything you've
I
been
love how
doing,
we just
Jack.
dropped from like 8 followers to 2 watching the stream.
Understandable. Understandable.
Yeah. To the people that dropped out there, I don't blame you. Hopefully you come back. The dolls will be put away.
Aw,
Maybe it might feature in the thing. If you are a player or a DM and you want to keep track of your campaign or your character's progression, then if you head on over to the Rook and the Raven, who make some totally customizable campaign planners and player notebooks, you can customize them to your heart's content. And you use the code D8Dungeon at the checkout, you get 15% off your order, and we avail of some of that money comes back to us then as well, and lets us create more and more content. On that note, so again, big thank you to Dakota Irish and the Rook and the Raven for for being into bed with us. That's really nice, very cozy, in a cozy, familiar way, kind of like it's cute. We're all snug.
Thank you for bringing your sexaccessories to bed with us, sponsors.
Slip of the tongue. Slip of the tongue.
Thank you for slipping us the tongue, sponsors.
Oh, yes,
no! Stop it! I don't like it anymore.
Oh, that jumped us up to 7. That we just
How
shot
many
up there.
please. Oh,
James, recap.
So one quick thing to very mention. You might have noticed things were kind of quiet on the old Twitch. We've decided to scale back on some of our content so that we can regroup, rest, and replan. So in the new year, we will be looking at some new content to be out there for y'all to participate in. Fiona is even going to DM for the first time in a new series we will be starting called Random DM, where we go.
I know you're all going to be looking.
We're going to go
that.
through established adventures, and at the end of every episode, we're going to roll a dice, and that dice will determine who gets to DM the following up session. So keep an eye out for that one. Before the episode, before we started the stream went live, Kat rolled for our recap, and our good pal Umbra is going to recap what happened in our last session. Over to you, James.
Okay, so we had this excellent camp that was set up by some pure genius. Some pure camping genius set up this beautiful camp, and we all stayed there for a wee while, and then we left the camp, not 100% sure why. Nora is slowly in the process of losing her mind and hallucinating visions of deceased relatives, which is fine. It's not like she's got her other ones right here or anything. So, we're doing okay, I guess. Got us across a river. Got us across a river real dangerously. Didn't need to cross the river as dangerously as we did, considering Lunasa knows how to walk on water, which is not a big thing. Certainly not like a whole religious thing, but Lunasa knows how to do it anyway. So some of us walked across water, some of us jumped across stones in the water, some of us fell. Those people will remain nameless. And and then got to the forest side. We were approaching the steps to get up to, and then a big old monster that looked quite like some monsters we had previously fought, only snow based and golem based as opposed to trauma based, emerged, and we had to fight them a little bit. Took care of them pretty handily. That was okay, actually. And then, well, Diara got it into her to do a thunder, an old shatter, and the thing kind of exploded, and Mooney had a sort of whole experience for herself, and I had a whole sort of experience for myself. And maybe I want to eat Mooney now, but that's neither here nor there. Then the steps all lit up, and we moseyed on down towards those, and then we saw a cute little carving that Lunasa had presumably done of her and her hubby, her beau. Previous, I don't know if she's single. Wouldn't really be for me, but that's neither here nor there, I guess. And then we went climbing. We got there. Lunasa ran straight through those gosh dang doors so quick. She ran as quick as a little chicken can go. And the rest of us are just kind of here now. We're chilling. We're good.
Yay!
Yay!
Awesome sauce. And that is where we pick up. The four of you are standing outside these huge black stone doors at the entranceway to the Temple of Mor, as Lunasa had called it. She had promised something grand. She had promised something almost a spectacle in itself. What you're greeted with are runes that are barely holding on, encased in chunks of ice. Towers that threaten to topple at any moment. It's a miracle that the high winds that blast all around you. This is up here on the mountains. It's almost like a barren wasteland, and the temple itself like a grave. It is deeply unpleasant. The weather is getting worse, and you find yourselves stuck. What are y'all doing?
Should we follow her?
I will probably should find some shelter. Yeah, this is awful. I thought there was supposed to be like a temple up here.
Can we hear anything, Declan, from coming from inside the door?
Give me a perception check. What the hell did you roll? A boot?
22. Like James, it's the double dice.
Like one of the what is it? Are they called thwumps in Mario? Is that what they're called? Yeah, one of those just landed on your table, I think.
I'm gonna throw it from even higher next time.
Sorry, what did you get?
22.
22. You can hear muffled conversation beyond, like a lot of different voices.
It doesn't sound like it's just natural conversation. It's nothing.
It's not people screaming in agony. It's nothing nefarious. It seems to be people chatting.
Boo. Okay. I'll look back to the others and say there's a few people in there, but I guess the chicken's our guide, isn't she?
Is that what it is?
Apparently.
I mean, not much of a guide that kind of runs off and leaves you to fend for yourself. That's less a guide and more just kind of a jerk.
Maybe we should follow her. Maybe that's what she's intended us to do, like, you know.
Or we can all just
I
stand
want to
out here
stand
in
out here in the cold.
Okay, well then let's go in. My cat's snoring, sorry.
Nulra, as you tell the others what you can kind of hear inside, and you try and figure out what to do next, you push on the door. It doesn't budge.
It doesn't? Had Lunasa opened it
Lunasa
herself?
walked right through it.
Through the solid door? There's no handhold, there's no handle or groove or indentation on this at all?
Two flats.
Is it one gigantic big door or is it two
doors like that? And you can see the seam in the middle.
Can I put a hand on each side of the seam and push?
Yeah.
Or can I see, like, is there markings on the ground that would indicate that it opened
Yes,
towards
it's a push
me?
or pull situation here.
Does it say it on the door? Push or pull?
No, it actually says, please use other door maintenance. No, you...
Well, she
like, as you push on both sides, like both doors effectively, or both halves of this door, It doesn't even give an inch. You inspect the ground for any markings. You don't see any.
Sorry, guys. Just I'm a little bit tired. I'll try again. She's going to push the door again. She'll focus on one side this time, put her shoulder against it, and push, and just like nod back at the
Give
others.
me
like,
an
"I got
athletics
this."
check.
Did we see Lunasa go through
She
the
bolted
door?
right through it.
What did we see her, or were we
No,
all
you saw her. You
distracted?
literally saw her run right into the temple.
Through the solid door.
Lunasa is a ghost. What
Did
is the
she-
problem here? I don't see why we're all so hung up on this.
I got 17.
You push on the door and your boots actually skid out from underneath you. That's how hard you push against it. You slip down.
I don't think that's. I don't think that's how. It
No, yeah,
works.
everybody knows there's
Maybe
some
you
sort
could
of
try a
special kind
different
of
way.
mechanism to this, right? We're all just kind of letting this happen.
Is this a trick? The chicken did this, isn't she? She's laughing at
How
us
tall
right
is
now.
the wall that the door's on, and then does it encase the entire area?
You are looking at Mooney as you kind of look upwards and kind of you take in the space in front of you. This looks like the door itself is part of a tower. From it there is a long wall, like a long hallway, that seems to connect to a large chamber beyond, like a large building beyond.
Hmm. While they're trying to like push through this door, can Benny just start, doing like a little circuit around? See what
You
she
can
sees?
move. You can move about 15 feet to the left, and when you kind of come around, let's say halfway around to the side of the tower, it's a sheer drop below. You can see chunks of the tower that have fallen away, that have collapsed, and the temple beyond lying in ruin at the bottom of a huge crevasse.
I find the temple.
So
Is
is
it very-
there like holes that would potentially lead in around the cliff face, like dangling over nothing, essentially?
Yes, beyond, yeah.
Opera is going to climb around to somewhere he could potentially get in.
Are you
What
sure?
are you
it'll be
doing?
fine?
Get back down here right now. Get down here right now.
It's the only way in,
You-
folks. Or there's like a whole puzzle thing that we have yet to navigate, but I'm pretty sure this'll do.
Is there any like markings on the door?
There's none.
Minnie's
It's
taking
just
It's just a
solid
solid,
black stone.
Minnie's taking Braska out. Do you know what's up here? Lunasa just sort of like ran through the door like it wasn't even there, and there's nothing here.
The chicken lady ran through a wall.
I should just like ran right through it. Like,
Well, she had a good run. I'm sure whatever concussion she gave herself was worth it.
no, but this is the thing that she's not here for us to assess. Whether or not she's suffering from like a minor concussion because she's just gone. Like she literally just went through the door.
Mooney, are you up beside the door?
At this point, yeah.
Can I just put my hand like gently on your back and
I
just
don't
push you forward until Brassica is up against the door? Mooney, just push him. Maybe it's like an animal thing. Just push him a little bit. See if
Braska
he
is
goes
an
through.
animal thing.
Just push
Is the
him.
animal
Push him up
getting
against
squished
it.
against the
Oh,
stone?
She's
Yeah,
looking
no.
back. She's pushing back against her sister.
A little bit harder. Well, none of you are climbing.
Opera's already.
I'll
he's-
get over
he's-
it.
Yeah, give me an athletics check. I know you've got your thingamajiggy, but give me an athletics check anyway, because I'm having this cancel out the disadvantage.
Okay. Hang on 1 sec. I also have a very heavy dice. Sorry in advance. Oh, that's not too bad. I mean, it's not great. It's a 10.
Didn't even hear that.
Yeah, no, that one was fine, actually. I don't know what Fiona's doing. Fiona's hooking it at bricks. I don't know.
What did you get, James? Sorry.
10 total.
Wow.
You clamber up onto the wall, and you can find a grip. It's not safe, and even with your ability, even with that natural predilection for climbing, there's something in you that tells you that this is a risk.
No. It does say he can do it leaving his hands free.
Okay.
Huh.
I just very quick check to see if he has Featherfall. He doesn't. That's fine. I mean, look, in for a penny. What's the worst that can happen, right?
You die
Nah,
a
it's
third
fine.
time.
It's probably fine.
You're going to continue along the side of the tower and towards that main chamber.
Yes.
When you like as you maneuver along, and it's that thing of like you can kind of feel the grip beneath your feet. You feel it kind of give every now and again. It's like almost near slip or almost near miss, and you feel that sinking pit in your stomach, just like that sharp, like as you catch a breath. As you maneuver towards the first chamber, from where you are, you can just see over the roof of the passageway. There appear to be 4 of these rooms, these buildings as part of the temple. You can make out dilapidated, practically collapsed balconies that run along the edge. Below you, the drop is at least 300 feet. You do see partial ruins lying at the bottom, half spilled on ledges. It is a snow-filled pit of black. You press on as the wind hits and slaps against you towards a small hole in the side of the first chamber. As you draw nearer to it, give me a perception check.
$12.
You're not close enough yet, but there are things moving inside. You can see shadows.
He's... How far is he from the rest of the group now at this point? Could he, like, shout over to them? Are these...
You could shout. You are about 35 feet away from the entranceway.
Okay. Okay. I think he debates it. Decides against... or maybe decides against alarming whatever's in there. Although... he's going to cast Daylight inside. It has a range of 60 feet, and it is a 60-foot radius sphere, so 120-foot diameter sphere of full light inside the chamber.
Chamber. Have you moved any bit closer at all? Like to get, or you're literally going from where you are right now?
I think probably from where he is right now. I don't think he's necessarily approaching, but
okay.
Yeah.
You focus on the magic around you, and as you cast it out, you feel you feel the glow. You can see it. It's the shimmer of light that still manages to pierce the clouds here. The sky is quite thick and dark. And in the room beyond, there is just a flash of brilliant golden sunlight. And immediately following this explosion of light, you hear hundreds of screams and hisses, and the shadows flee.
Hey guys.
What did you do?
It doesn't look right in there. There's a whole
So why would she want us to go in?
What's in there?
a whole bunch of shadowy things that ran away from the light. Like a whole bunch of shadowy things, like more than, like, I don't know,
More than
at least dozens.
10?
I don't know, way more than 10. Yeah.
at
Did you see
least
Lunasa
dozen.
inside?
No, but she's pretty small, and there were again quite a few of these things in there.
Do you think they got her?
Oh, I don't want to think about that.
Well, we should go in just in case. A's just so small though, and we need her. We need her to do this pilgrimage thing. We can't do it without her.
Do you see another way in?
Can you drop down and open the door from the inside, maybe?
I don't think you should go in on your
Umbra,
own.
don't go down there.
I could maybe like detect magic. Maybe it is like a sort of puzzle thing, and the solution's right here. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna cast detect magic.
As
Oh,
as you are all kind of shouting at Umbra and trying to call him back to the platform in the doorway, there's just what the absolute feck are the four of you doing? This you'll catch your death out here. Would you ever come the absolute feck inside as Lunasa pops her head out?
Oh yeah.
they didn't get you, no?
Oh, they did all right. They did.
How
They
did
did.
you-
They got me now all right. And sure, I'm inside now, and I'm fetching blankets, and I'm getting soup for everyone. And here are the four of you making yourselves absolutely useless outside. 'Tis embarrassing. I've told them all about you. 'Tis embarrassing.
We can't get in.
Open the door.
We can't get in.
Open the door.
What is this? Is this some sort of joke for young people or something? Is it at my expense? Oh, she's an old lady. She won't get her sense of humor. Is that what door?
I'm going to punch the door and show her that nothing will go through the door.
She
See? Open
just
the
looks
door.
up.
Open
There's
the
no
door.
door.
It's not funny. There's a big door. There's a big door.
Hello,
You're so funny.
hello,
There's a
hello,
big door.
look. And she's literally standing between the doorway and the platform.
Is she just like phasing in and out
Yeah.
of the door?
Mooney just takes like a very casual beeline, like try to go through the door.
You pass straight through.
What? Mooney, get back here.
What is
Mooney,
that
what's in
doing?
there?
As you,
Is this just some sort
There's
of anti-Nora door? Is that what we're dealing
is,
with
yeah.
here? Oh, well, that's okay.
finally got her,
She's just
everybody.
like-
The one thing we all needed. I think she muted herself.
She did, yeah.
With rage.
Sorry. I said Umber probably could have just walked through it.
There's Mooney, as you're standing in, you see Lunasa standing in this open doorway. Again, trying to beckon the others in. You're looking at this tower area. It seems to be the entranceway to the temple. There's a few people mulling about. They're all kind of looking at Lunasa, who's kind of doing a weird dance, hopping back on one foot and the other, trying to convince the others. There's a long corridor, and you see a small queue of people waiting to go down it. And off to the right of this circular room, there's a doorway, fairly tall, strong, deep, ashen brown door, and just emblazoned across it, you just see the words Vestry.
Oh god, it does work. Yeah, we can just walk through.
Hey, that was some powerful magic I just kind of used there, and subjected myself to severe physical danger, but thank you for thoroughly checking the front entrance before we went through that. That's fine. I'm just gonna dangle over this cliff some until I get back around the front ways, okay?
Do you need some
Dara.
assistance?
No, I'll get him, Dara.
Please
You just
don't.
go in. Just see if you can walk through. Dara, I'm just going to push her by the small of her back towards the door. Get in. Just go in. Find Mooney. Don't leave her with the chicken.
Diara's going to tentatively put her hand through.
Solid.
Oh, bitch!
Mooney's just gonna stick her head out. Why are you waiting? Like, it's really nice in here.
She's going to slap the door in her best Laura impression.
Cold to the touch. It's hard black stone.
Why did Mooney go through and
Maybe
we
you
can't go
gotta be
through?
nice to it. Yeah.
To the door.
I mean, you just sort of like push a badger up against it. I don't think I like that much.
Be nice to the door, Dara. I'll step back and let her be nice to the
Just
door.
be confident. Just walk through.
Amber, shut up!
She's going to... Oh, I'm afraid. She's going to take a step back and just run towards it.
You take a breath and you charge straight at the door. You pass through the other side. You clamber into a group of elves and humans who are a little put out by your sudden explosive run into the temple.
Sorry. First
You
time.
see, you just gotta like believe in the door, and then the door lets you in.
I know exactly.
The whole
what's gonna
thing that you're
happen.
supposed to not believe in the door because the door is not really there.
Oh, the door is there. See, that's why you can't get in, because you don't believe in the door.
I haven't tried the door. This could be easy. I don't know. Hang on. I'm gonna die if I don't do this.
Where are you? Can you get down safely?
Probably not, no.
Can you come back
Yeah.
the way you came?
Yeah, I will, yeah.
I'll catch you. Come
Oh.
on. Come on. Let's see if you can go through.
Okay. Yeah, Umber makes his way back.
Okay.
Can't just be me.
The both of you are standing facing the door. Lunasa is now kind of like she's given up the whole trying to convince you, and she's now inside apologizing to that group of elves and humans that you crashed into, Diara.
Go on. Believe in the door. That's what Minnie said. You have to run.
You don't have to run
up
the door. I know
Don't
you don't
run.
have to run the door. That's not true. He's going to turn around, so he's facing away from the door, but he is facing Nora. And he's going to take both her hands in his, and he's going to step backwards through it.
With me. Okay, here we go.
You taking Nora by the hands, Umbra, you just walk backwards. And as you step into the doorway, you feel all the cold and the wind outside just vanish, and the warmth of the large fire burning in a brazier in the middle of the room just wraps itself around you in an embrace. The sweet smell of frankincense and lavender clings to the air and again brings with it a level of comfort that you didn't realize you needed. And Nulra, as you wince and brace, kind of spurred on or reassured by Umbra's hands, you let yourself go for a second and you pass through the doorway.
There you go. You believe in the door.
Didn't believe in the door.
I believed in you.
Brassica rolled his eyes.
Then he looks back at the door to the right. What did the door say again?
It's the vestry.
What's in there?
Have you never been to a temple before?
Yeah, it's a religious thing, right?
Oh, yeah, see, look, the nerd knows it.
Come on. Come on.
Oh, sorry, the know-it-all knows it.
All right.
Where there was shadows. Umber said he saw shadows in here. What the hell's in here?
The Temple of Moor. You're welcome.
Is it like a place that's sort of like trapped in time and space?
It didn't look this way from the outside.
Can you see what we're seeing from the outside?
No.
What? Okay, no. We haven't got time for this. If we're going on the pilgrimage, we can't be waiting. We can't be dealing with. Now, I have said there was a couple of jobs I needed to do, and I have gotten roped myself into being a volunteer, and I have to go help with the prayer rooms. So why don't the four of you?
Bye.
What do you want us to do?
Well, three of you are welcome to just explore. Nora, I suggest you sit here and wait, sitting on your hands.
No.
Where do you recommend that we go explore?
Well, you could always introduce yourself to Virgil,
To who?
the high priest.
What was his name? Oracle?
Virgil,
Virgil.
a lovely fella, very handsome.
Is he anything like you?
Oh, they don't come as good looking as this often. And she puts a hand on her hip and gives herself a little bit of a waggle.
What about food? Is there like pastries and stuff?
Well, pastries you probably won't come by. There's definitely hog meat stew, and you probably get a crust of bread, which is not exactly 5 stars you're going to get up here. Sure, you're up in a temple up the middle of the mountains.
Don't eat anything in here.
I want to eat stuff in here though.
Oh, Tony not in here, he says, huh? Notions of himself.
I want to go
Big
see what the
city
vestige
slicker.
is.
We're here for one reason, Mooney, and one reason only, and that's Reggie. So let's just do that. Where do we go?
Well, like I said, I've got some things to do. So
So yeah, you do them, and then where do we go?
you're free to explore the temple. You can talk to the other pilgrims, ask them how they're getting on. You can go visit the high priest. You could say a prayer.
Lunasa, how do we get Reggie back?
By going to the end.
How do we get to the end?
I'll take you.
How do we get to the end without you?
Oh, well, you could do it, but you'd probably die.
How long are you going to be?
Oh, well, the prayer rooms are in an
At
absolute
least 2
state.
episodes.
There was a group of dwarves in there, and let's just say prayed wasn't the only thing they were doing on their knees.
What were they doing on the knees?
What?
Arm wrestling. The place is in an absolute state with them.
Not the traditional method for arm wrestling.
Oh, well, far be it for me to be judging around.
Do you need
That's
any
fair.
help?
Well, you could.
Stay with Mooney.
You
Just
could,
stay away
you
from
could
her.
help pass out some food, I guess, to the other pilgrims. That Mooney, I'd love if you'd give a hand.
Yeah.
Lovely young lady such as yourself, with your absolutely delicate little mannerisms and your oh so friendly little furry friend, huh? Ah, look at that. Your sister Nolra could learn a lesson from you.
Oh no, well, she's fine as she is.
Ah, no, there's plenty of room for improvement there now as well. Lots of it. All 7 foot of it could be improved upon.
Mooney, just don't forget why we're here, okay? I'm going to go have a walk. And she's going to just go as far away from Lunasa
Hang
as
on,
she
we can't
can.
all split up. In
Oh,
here.
you're
What if
going my way, so you are.
No.
And Lunasa kind of loops an arm around you, Nolra.
No, sorry, no, the other way. Sorry, I'm just getting my bearings, and she will unloop her
So-
arm.
From where you currently are, in this first sort of chamber, there's, like I said, there's a large fire burning in the center of the room. There's a lot of chairs and kind of cots, and there do seem to be other pilgrims who are mostly kind of keep to themselves. The occasional group are kind of giving you the eye and kind of maybe whispering. To your immediate right from the entranceway, you do see a door, again, that one emblazoned with the word vestry on it. Just up from that, there is another open doorway. And right in front of you, like directly looking across the open fire, you do see a long passageway, and that is where there are people queuing to move into the next room.
She would probably move to the next room. She doesn't believe
You're
Lunacy
gonna
that they
you're
need her.
towards
We're
the
just gonna
queues.
shout after. We're like, Nora, we don't know
Yeah.
what the deal with this place is. Don't fuck around. Come on.
I just want Regin back, and we're doing nothing by standing here, Umbra. So
Yeah. All right.
Let's
You
go.
go off on your own then. You go off on your own. Come back with Reggie. Cool.
cool. See you then. You said that's the wrong bitch, Umbra, so she's gonna go.
Lunas is just going to lean into Mooney there. I'm sensing that there's a bit of, issues around this Reggie fella.
Well, he was our brother, and
Mm.
we sort of lost him. And we've lost a lot the past weeks or so, and I think we're just sort of at our wits' end, to be honest. I just sort of want them
Yeah.
back, and there's a chance that we can get them back. So, you've got to forgive us for being a wee bit impatient, but I don't really know what else to say, to be honest. Do you
Well-
really think you can bring him back?
Oh, no, I didn't say I could bring him back. I just said I'd bring you to him.
So what do you mean by that exactly? That, you're bringing us to him?
Yeah. Well, I'll bring you right along the pilgrimage. And there at the very end of it, well, you'll have your chance. Now, you be a good girleen, and you go, if you follow your absolutely mallet-headed sister up that... Oh, look at her, just bulldozing past all those pilgrims looking to wait, huh? If you just follow her up that way, you'll come to the prayer rooms, and they could do with a bit of tidying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright,
Off you go.
okay, bye. Minnie will, still having like her little Braska art, will sort of follow after Nora, keeping her nose out for its method as well.
Lunas kind of says that kind of a... Now, while those two are off cleaning, Diana, you look like you know your way around a sweeping brush.
Diara's eyes narrow. And
Well, if they're cleaning, perhaps you could, put all that sweeping muscle into giving a few spots a good mixing. They could definitely use a hand up a little bit further on. There's a common room area, and well, hungry mouths and all that needs to be fed.
she just looks at Umbra and is like, what?
So my working theory is that everyone here is dead, whether or not they know it, and we're going to see Reggie by going to the place where the dead gather, and that's my whole thing. So if you wanna sweep or wanna run off like those two, that's absolutely fine. But just be aware, everyone in here might be dead. That's my 2 cents, and I'm not really on board with anything going on right now. So hey, look. It's all good, baby. I don't know.
What? What? If everybody's dead, why is there so much dust?
People dust.
Because ain't nobody cleaning. They all dead. No. What I saw through the ruins on the side of this place is not does not reflect the reality of this. There were a bunch of shadows. They ran when I cast daylight. I don't know. It seems a little bit It all seems a little bit suspect. All seems a little bit, and considering those things we fought outside the temple, so I don't really know. I'm out of my depth here. I'm out of my depth in a big old way. But maybe we'd be better just doing something. So I don't know. We can sweep, I guess.
Okay. She looks around for a brush.
Lunasa is kind of just staring at you. Oh, the hat has been found. Lunasa is just staring at you, Umbra, like a... Right, okay. You creative types, huh? Oh, hyperactive imagination. Everybody in the room is dead. Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. Of course they are.
Almost definitely. I bet
Gotcha.
money.
Well, while you go and you take the pulses of everybody in the room, and you bet all that money, fucking idiot. Dara, why don't I bring you to the common room and you can make yourself useful? I'm very old. My back's not in for this. I
She-
can't be doing this all by myself.
Can Umbra help?
Oh, okay. Come here, Dara. Come here.
She crouches down.
She
beside
grabs
her.
you, like literally both her hands grab you by the face. I'm going to bestow upon you one of the great secrets held amongst women and women folk. Are you listening? Men are absolutely fucking useless.
Oh. Okay.
You let that wisdom soak in now.
Oh,
and get a brush and
okay.
give me a hand. Come on.
Yeah. I guess she turns to look at Umbra. I'll see you later.
As far as things go, cleaning up seems to be pretty stress free. I don't think anything terrible will happen to you if you just go around with a brush, but like don't like try not to touch things or eat things or breathe too deep or if you start to forget who you are, send me a message or something, okay? Like if you can't remember your own name, just let me know.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
Enjoy.
And where Mooney and Nulra headed kind of straight towards that crowd of people filing into the next hallway, Lumisa takes you by the hand, Diara, and she leads you towards the other open doorway, and you spill out into a balcony. You're outside, and once again you see the temple for what it is, a crumbling ruin, a building in almost total devastation, held together by ancient foundations and chunks of ice that act as a glue for where the towers are leaning and the bricks are slipping. Lunacy seems completely and totally unfazed by it all.
Why does it look so different out here?
Oh, it's the light. It always plays tricks on your mind. And the altitude. I always forget that as well. You're up in the mountains. Sometimes up here, there's a little less oxygen. And where your brain isn't getting enough oxygen, it's not great now at filling in the whole picture. Sure, look at that. Okay. And she points down the other side of it. And it is just a sheer drop.
Diara immediately
oh no, she's holding it, and she's like kind of half leaning over. Look at it. Look at that there.
No.
Could you imagine falling off of that?
Yeah, no,
you'd be dead before you hit the ground, I'd say.
Hopefully.
Small miracles in that, isn't it? Small miracles. And she's now taking you. So we're going to go up to the common room now. All sorts of folk up there. A few single fellas. Or ladies. Lunasa doesn't judge.
I just want to find Reggie.
Get stuck in. Not to Reggie, sorry.
Timing.
Very sus. Well, like I said to your other sister, Jesus, you're all pre-consumed with this Regiment fella. He must have been some great lad, was he?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's our brother.
Oh, like the other one.
No.
Oh, thank Vic. Jeez, I couldn't handle 2 dry shites in the group.
Whoa!
You actually forgot to mute there, Fiona. Forgot to mute.
As she's leading you along this outer balcony, you pass. It's quite narrow, and you come out before you come out onto kind of a wider platform that kind of circles another building. She brings you right past that one. It seems incredibly large, and where this narrow passageway opens up onto a much wider balcony, you can just about catch a glimpse into the open doorway on your left. Dyer, give me a perception check as she kind of whisks you past it very, very quickly.
Dirty 20.
The room is filled with. For a moment, you're not sure if it's, like she said, a trick of the light, the lack of the air, or if it's some deep-rooted fear that you half conjure or imagine. But that central room, it's filled with ooze.
Is it moving?
Like the sea. You can literally see it bobbing up and down.
What's in there?
Oh, it's the central prayer room there.
People pray in there?
And they've been known to arm wrestle as well, I guess. Now, we're going to the common room, and you can do a bit of sweeping, you can do a bit of stirring, you can do a bit of flirting. But you'll be busy. And she continues, and you're moving again a little up in the distance. You see another one of these large chambers. Half the roof is caved in. And she leads you through the doorway, and there is just this heavy, almost humid air in here. You can feel the warmth from the several large fires that are burning, the conversation from people, the dialects and the accents. It's a flurry of sound. You haven't been around this many people in so long, and your stomach actually growls with hunger, Diara, as Lunasa shoves not a broom but a rather large ladle into your hands and shoves you in the direction of a pot, and an eager queue of people line up with bowls ready to be filled.
I thought I was sweeping.
Sweeping, scooping, all the same thing, all the same muscles, huh? Put your back into it now.
Okay.
Umbra,
Uh,
sorry, yeah.
wait. No, that's it.
Umbra, as you're kind of left standing in this entrance, from where you are, you're able to kind of gauge where you walked. You seem to have walked along the outside of this chamber and hallway. Mooney and Nolra have walked straight into the room that you cast sunlight into. And as the thought comes to mind, you just hear the door to the vestry open and shut, and standing there in very very ornate robes, obsidian black and gold, there's an Earth Ganassi man, bald, his skin the color of shale, his eyes burning with gold, his form, he's lean, somewhat athletic, but he's on the older side, so he doesn't quite have that the same sort of posture he would have had in his prime. You can see time is beginning to weigh on him, and around his eyes there are the markings of that passage. You can start to see deeper wrinkles around his eyes, the corner of his mouth, and even a furrowed brow. And his eyes lock on you. Very astute.
I have seen some relatively unusual things in recent weeks, and I'm kind of on edge for anything that fits the bill as to undeath and undeath associated phenomena. And if I'm being honest, it's kind of starting to eat at me a little bit. So if I'm writing this one, I don't know that that's actually a good thing. Are you dead?
He kind of half chuckles, and a few people are kind of now looking at the both of you. Won't you join me in my office? And he gestures back to the vestry.
Woohoo.
Yes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm moderately concerned, and I'm not gonna make any bones about that. I'm scared. I'm pretty scared. I'm sorry. My name is Umbra. It's nice to meet you.
High Priest Virgil, the Temple of Mor. You can just call me Virgil.
Thank you, Virgil. Yes, I would love to go to your office.
Only a fool doesn't fear death. And he opens the door to the vestry.
Yeah, well, you do get used to it, and he walks through.
As you step into the vestry, the room, it's lacking kind of. It seems to be very compact. Everything in here seems to be where his outfit, his dress, is very ornate. Everything here is quite plain. Everything seems to be in its place. There isn't a desk, but there is a low table, and there's a couple of cushions seated around it. There are presses and bookshelves filled, and that smell of frankincense and lavender seems to linger in here quite strongly. He gestures for you to take a seat at the table, and he sits crossing both legs and falls into himself very, very comfortably.
I know a little bit about I have some kind of overall religious knowledge about gods, and I don't I'm not really like I guess I'm not an established worshiper, but I do know some kind of divine magics and stuff, and I don't know, I still feel pretty out of my depth here, sir.
I have been here. Well, I served in my life the better part of 50 years in our temple. Now it has been, and he kind of looks at you and then past you, Umbra. Too long.
Is this is it is this a sort of intermediary place, or is it still a temple? Is it I don't really understand. I'm sorry.
You find yourself at the very beginning. to be confused with what lies in front of you is only natural.
When you say the beginning,
Of Winter's pilgrimage.
and not to be too direct, but is that a sort of trek into the afterlife? Is that what you're talking about here, really?
He kind of nods. Said, for some do come here believing they hear death calling them. Others come to pay worship, to seek the blessings for those who have walked the journey to the other life. But to the other matter, you and your siblings, you now are trapped here with us.
Like stands up and dusts himself off, if only just to have something to do with the nervous energy. Okay. Okay. Well, does anybody come back from Winter's pilgrimage? Do people leave? Does anybody leave? Has anybody ever left?
The people you see beyond that doorway, the people in the halls and the chambers beyond, there is something you must know about them. Mooney and Nulra.
Hi.
You pass a queue. A lot of people are irate. A few people are kind of shouting after you to wait your turn, that they've been waiting for a very long time to move into the next room. There's an order of these things. You don't really, well, Nulra in particular, you don't really seem to be paying any kind of heed to them. Mooney, how do you react as people attempt to stop you?
Minnie looks at them and is like, I'm really sorry. I don't suppose you know what you're waiting in line for, do you? Like, what line are we skipping exactly?
A tiefling woman in a long black dress, carrying an ornate red box that's hanging from a chain around her neck, just kind of squints her eyes. Unbelievable. You barge into the temple, you bully your way past the many of us, the faithful, and you don't even know what it is you're doing. We are waiting to speak to Olam.
Oh, the god. Well, I don't really know what else to say to you, so I'm just gonna go off and find my sister. Okay, bye. After Nora.
She turns to the person behind her, an ASMR man and his husband, and she just starts giving out about young people and their lack of respect. And in her days, that you'd have gotten a wallop or two for that kind of behavior in a temple from a nun or a priest, and so on and so forth. there is quite a bit of grumbling from people inside, and Nulra, as you pass through, immediately in front of you, as you kind of come through this long corridor, you see the exit or entrance into the next room. There is a cloth hanging down from it, a long piece of tapestry, and on it there's a depiction of a rather large, it's not quite a man, it's not quite a mountain, but this being made of rock and sand, and he's half stooped down and his right hand is open, and with across from him you do see a little girl, her hand touching the tip of his middle finger.
And where are the people
They're
queuing
behind
up
this
in the
behind
room?
this
Are they
curtain. Yes,
They're going through that. I think as she's walking along, like they haven't. It's the first time in a while the village aside that Nulra's actually had the time to just see a big group of people and not be fearful for her life or worried about her siblings, and just kind of seeing that many people together in one place, it's going to hit her a little bit. And she's just going to turn around to Mooney, who I assume is still running up behind her.
Vraska.
And she's just going to stop where she is, and she's going to take it into a big hug, Mooney, and just say into your ear, I never said thanks for Cove.
Why? What happened in the Cove? That you need to think before?
She'll kind of push you, like hold you in front of her with her hands on your shoulders, and she's not quite going to make eye contact with you, but she'll say, I think it was me that made that thing explode, and I don't know how many people it ended up killing, but if you hadn't have cast your magic on it, I think it would have been more. So thank you.
You're welcome. But I actually don't remember any of that, so I'll have to take your word for it.
That will make Nora laugh.
I know, like, honestly, I don't remember anything about much anymore, so you're welcome for that thing I did, apparently.
Mooney, you got to give yourself credit for things sometimes.
Sure, what do I do? You're the strong one. Like, you're the one that, barrels into battle and saves us all the time.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that's not.
No,
a
it
great
is,
thing
though.
anymore.
You're so strong. You're like, all the women in my stories that go off and save the countryside. I just think it's really cool.
Yeah, but they always have someone cool casting magic beside them when they can't hit
Yeah,
things
but it's
with
always
sticks
like
anymore.
it's
So you
always
can
like
be
an
that
old
person.
man doing it, though, and I'm not really an old man, so
Yeah, but what about him?
he's not an old
Brassica.
man. He's a wee badger.
You don't know what age he is. What age are you?
Shucks, Nebraska. Are you an old man?
7.
Oh, he's a little baby. He's 7
What
years
age
old.
is he?
Is that old for a badger? What's the life
Idiot.
expectancy of a badger?
Longer than Nulra.
I would say.
What did you say,
What did he say?
Brassica?
Nothing.
What?
Hmm?
When you gonna die?
In the next few minutes, if he doesn't shut his mouth.
Not before Nulra, anyway.
Don't
What did he say?
know. You just need to be nicer to each other.
Are the two of you actually coming in and doing something in here? Or am I going... If you're not going to come in, you're going to have to move to the back of the queue, and Lunasa just pokes her head out.
Right, come on, everyone, out of our way. Out of our way, please, everyone.
That's all.
Out of our way.
Is that all?
Mooney, come on. I don't know who it is.
Is that not,
but I don't care.
the
Let's just go through
god
this curtain.
that, Mum had a wee potion that she gave to Regiment? Was that not, like, all Olam?
Don't talk about her.
Is he not, like,
Don't
the
talk
god of
about her.
death
I don't
and
wanna talk about
stuff
her.
as well? Like, I
Mooney,
just think that's kind of
Don't talk about her.
interesting.
What? It is.
I'm not
So
interested.
are you going to just bull past Lunasa and the curtain?
I'm staring.
yeah,
I'm looking
100%.
at the statue of Olam.
And eat my scalding hot halloumi
Great.
as I do so.
Now, I'd like you to describe what you see in the room beyond with the halloumi in your mouth.
Oh, I want to look at the statue.
A big pile of gold
Okay.
just for me.
Not a level. Okay, well, you get a big pile of gold.
A brand new axe, reinforced on the handle.
As you bully past Mooney and Lunasa, in the center of the room, there is a colossal statue. It seems to it's reminiscent of the figure you saw stitched onto the tapestry, Nulra. One hand holds up the roof of the temple. The other is, and you can see it's down by its side. And as you circle the room, and you do see people like are on their hands and knees, prostrated in front of it, people praying, people leaving offerings around the platform that it's stood upon. But on the other side, holding his hand or holding the tip of one of his fingers, you see a little girl, a statue of a little girl.
Do I recognize it?
Nope.
And it's just this statue in
It's
the
just
room.
this statue, and there's 4 braziers burning, four pits of fire burning around it, and there are people praying.
And is there any other exits or entrances from the
From
room
here,
that I can see?
on the right hand side, there is a stairs leading up and straight forward.
And is there anything like is there anything else about the statue that stands out?
You could give me.
Is it holding anything?
No, again, it's one hand is holding the little. Well, one hand is touching the little girl's hand, and the other one is holding up the ceiling.
And there's nothing else that stands out, like a particular decoration to it, or
No.
Nothing at its feet, like nowhere that people are leaving offerings.
There is.
Or anything
It's on
like
a.
that?
It's on a slightly raised step or a platform, and all around it there are flowers. There's gold coins. There's trinkets. There are drawings and letters all around the outside of it.
She'll just shout back, Mooney, come on.
Now, as
Big
I was
statue,
saying
come on.
before, that absolutely thunderous oaf of a sister of yours bulldozed her way past me. I actually helped fix some of the stitching on this. Now, do you see that top corner just up there?
Do I see the top corner?
You do.
Yeah.
I fixed that.
Oh, lovely.
We had to take out a huge chunk of it. It was just an old verse. You're looking at the one of the 5 tapestries in the Temple of Moor. These are fairly sacred yokes.
What did the tapestry say?
Well, they're all around the pilgrimage and stuff like that. This one is Olam's tapestry. Well, we're going into Olam's room. Not that your sister would actually pay attention or notice.
I know a little bit about Olam. My mum told me about him.
Oh, go on.
Well,
Go on now.
he's the
Tell me what you know about Olam.
he is the god of earth.
He is.
He is the father of death and winter. He is a burdened soul, and he's tasked with the afterlife, and he manages the souls.
Okay, so
That's what I wrote down in my notes.
sort.
What?
Mooney!
It
Sort of.
seems important. What's this to do with... Oh no, I can't hear.
Huge big
Hello,
plot reveal.
hello.
No, you missed it. There was a huge big plot.
No,
Huge
I
big
can't
plot
hear
reveal.
anything. Anyway, no,
Oh
it's
no!
important. This is to do with Richmond.
Let me see now. It was how did it go? There used to be a bit of text. There used to be a lovely little bit of a ditty on this. The beginning age and the first grains of sand. Olam took his daughter's hand. or something like that. Anyway.
Then what?
Oh, it's on all the other feckin' tapestries around
Oh,
the
we
place.
should
Sure.
collect them
What am I
all.
supposed to do? Remember them all off by heart, like some sort of religious guide or something?
E.
Oh, look, one thing goes in here and another thing gets pushed out. I'm at that age now where you can only hold on to so much. It's a bit of a sieve up here.
So, like, the whole Winter's Pilgrimage, it's all to do with Olim, right?
Oh, just talk about self-centered. Yeah, it's all to do with Olam, the
So-
big miserable sap.
This maybe can help Richmond.
Um,
Well, it's probably a connection. Like, Mum gave us, like, these potions, and they had, like, attributes from gods on them, and the one that Richmond got was Olim's.
oh.
So,
I'm sure she probably picked that up there now with some sort of gift shop or some, I don't know, someone peddling a few
no.
odd potions.
Hello,
Minnie
Raiders.
takes out hers.
Oh,
And I go,
welcome along, Manapod Studios. Thank you so much for the raid.
yay!
Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
Minnie takes out her potion with like the little Midia crest on it and shows Lunasa.
Well, isn't that a lovely fancy bottle?
Yeah, but like it's apparently does stuff. What?
Like if
Moody!
you apply it to something, it's really good at
No,
cleaning grease off
I
of
don't
things.
know. Did Minnie say Noller had taken hers, or was that when Minnie was away?
I'm not
No.
certain.
Oh.
No.
Well, it's supposed to do things. I don't know.
Oh,
I think you know I've taken it, but you
Minnie
didn't
like
see
just
me take it.
fidgets with it. Like it's got to be more than a coincidence, doesn't it? Like if the gods are involved
in what now?
in like everything.
Oh, you mean like the running of the universe and the world? and
No,
all that
like
stuff.
not so big like that. Smaller, like everything to do with us and our family.
You what now?
Well, my mum's a god. Well, adopted mum, to be perfectly
Okay.
honest. I don't know my
You know what?
actual.
I think I'm going to go have a chat with Nulra. I don't know why, but sure, your mom's a god. Yep. And I'm a feckin' turkey. And she waddles on over to Nulra.
Nolra will make her way around the other side of the statue, seeing Lunasa approach her. And she's gonna be rooting around in her bag, and she's gonna take out a gold piece and kind of think about it for a second, and say nah. And she's gonna put it back in, and she'll have another little root around. She'll look for a copper piece, and she'll look like for if there's a bowl or a little depression where people are leaving coins, and she'll just flick it in and say, I think, I don't know, something to do with him, Regiment, wasn't it? Didn't you like him? I don't know. Well, that's for you.
He's not really got much use for gold coins.
I didn't give him a gold one if you actually looked.
Oh, you're the cheap one who put in the copper. Oh, that's grand. I'm sure. I'm sure eventually a copper piece will reach his ears.
Well, I don't have much faith in the gods right now, so can we keep going, please?
Yeah, I'm almost finished.
I wasn't listening to any of that.
No, I mean with my jobs, and we can be on our way.
Well, then hurry up.
I would if you'd stop distracting me.
Where's my sister?
Minnie is
Which
like
one?
popped the cork in her potions and is just sniffing it. What?
Mooney?
I just want to see what it smells like. Are these? Do you not think these things?
Not now.
It doesn't smell like anything, Mooney.
No.
Oh.
I don't.
Plug.
Don't.
I wasn't
Don't.
gonna drink it. I was just sort of like seeing if it was, magical.
It's something. All right.
Did you drink yours? What was it like?
Yeah.
Was it divine?
Momentarily, it was.
Hello, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to interrupt, but if the two of you are done
I'm not
actually
talking
not
to you.
praying, there's actually
I'm
a
not
whole
talking to you.
queue of us
I'm not
outside that actually do have things we'd like to express to the god Olam.
Is this one of the
It's the
pilgrims?
Tiefling woman again.
I'll walk right up to her, look down there. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to my sister.
No, we all heard. Some of us have actually business to do here. We have loved ones to pray for.
Well, we have our loved one to actually bring back from the dead. So I think that takes precedent. Thanks.
You
Mooney. Stop. Mooney.
Do
Just
what?
don't do it.
Oh, I wasn't going to. I
potion.
was just literally just smelling it. Lunasa doesn't think
Good.
it's anything.
Lunasa doesn't think anything's
Bye,
anything.
I think
bye,
you're a second
Olaf.
agent, but that's about it.
What'd you say?
I best be going on. There's other things to be doing around the place. Where did Diara get off to now as well? And she flits through the other hallway, away from where the two of you are currently standing next to the tapestry.
Down that where the staircase
Up the
is?
staircase, yeah.
Or the staircase.
Before Minnie
Minnie.
goes, she doesn't have anything to offer. She'll just do in front of the statue and like hold up Braska like Simba for a second, and then just put him back down and just walk back out.
I'm feeling very blessed.
Hi. Well, okay, let's go. Let's go. Where are we going? We're going to get Diara.
I don't know.
Are
We're
you
following the
Umbra?
chicken. You know what he's like. He's probably off doing something by himself, something weird.
As you pass through the other doorway, following kind of on the heels of Lunasa, you come across another tapestry. This one a little bit older looking. The color in it grey and washed out blues. And stitched into it, you see the words "Tapestry of Winter," and it just depicts this ever-changing cycle of landscapes, seas, rivers, mountains, fields, forests, all just flushed with the touch of winter. And running along the edge of the tapestry, the words repeated in many, many languages, you read, "The circle runs complete, the weary off their feet, time to rest." You pass through the hallway?
Yes.
There nothing else that we
No,
can
it's
see
just
in here.
this is just a long corridor up the staircase.
Oh, and that tapestry is
It's
on the
hanging
wall,
down from the ceiling.
and it's not like a full. It's just the start of winter.
It's a full winter scene depicted on the tapestry.
Does anything stand out?
No,
Can
no,
I?
no, literally,
look?
no, not like. I mean, I literally gave you all the details that were on it.
But there's nothing like in the picture that stands out. There's not like a lone person or something, or anything with like a bright
Oh, there's
color.
a DM giving you a finger, going, "No, there's nothing." That's literally what it is.
Minnie's
No,
Minnie's rocking
there's
on.
nothing else. Right.
Okay. Nolra will. She likes the look of it,
Drop in a little
She'll just
lore around
run
the
a
world.
hand
Trying to
along
pepper a
it.
little bit of lore into the game. Trying to pepper a little lore.
and she'll follow. Yeah, she'll follow after me.
You were going to continue down this room, this hallway. Okay, it goes on for
Mhm.
quite a bit. Diara, from where you currently are, yeah, God, your arms are killing you from start. This is thick stew. And it's kind of catching at the bottom, and you're trying to get down really, you're scraping into it, and then Nulra just kind of like Lunasa just kind of appears behind you and just kind of grabs the ladle, and you have to really get your hands into it, really down to the bottom. That's where all the good stuff, that's where all the vegetables
Oh.
catch.
You're gonna get feathers in it.
You're gonna get, huh?
Feathers.
So that's only flavoring
In it.
and
Ooh.
feathers, huh? I've been here long enough now to cook boar stew.
I trust you.
Nah. Feckin' eat it. No, I'm
Or
joking.
not.
I'm joking. Come here. What's with the others? They don't seem to really like me now.
I like you.
You're an acquired taste, one might say. You remind me a lot of a lady that used to work in our house.
Oh, I'm the help, am I?
No, she was like our surrogate mom
Oh.
when our other mom was busy.
Ah. Wasn't really one for kids myself now, to be honest with you. Fierce denying.
Well, you're doing a great job of taking care of us so far. I mean, none of us have died yet.
Yet being the word. Well, if that one keeps running off which way and every way, she won't be long. Shuffling off.
You could be talking about either of them, to be honest.
Oh no! That Mooney one now. She's more sense than the rest of you, to be honest. I'm.
Okay.
Why are you laughing?
She I mean, maybe you guys relate on a different level.
No. I see her for what she is.
Which is
A lovely lady.
right. But also a little strange.
Well, sure, it's always the ones that are a little strange that are the most interesting.
Yep.
And you're a little odd yourself now, to be honest. Can I ask
you're
you
not the
something?
first person to tell me that.
Can I ask you a bit of a personal question there now, Diana? What
Sure.
happened? What happened? The old whoo whoo. She kind of points. She makes little horns herself.
Um, I don't remember. I was told it was an accident.
Not sure these things happen. I think it looks lovely.
Thank you.
A little asymmetrical, but you know.
I try to balance it out with the piercings.
I'm not kind of those now, to be fair.
Yeah, neither was our mom.
Was she? You said. I remind you of the little lady that helped out around the house. Was your mother always busy?
She just she seemed to have a lot going on. She was always taking care of everybody else.
That's a mother.
Yeah, to everyone.
This is going to sound a bit odd. But sure, what isn't odd these days?
Mm.
I think you're awful like her.
Like who?
Your ma.
Alaria?
Yep, that's her name.
What? Really?
Well, in that sense that I see you always trying to take care of all the others all the time and not really taking care of yourself.
Well, I mean, if I don't do it, nobody will.
Yep. Spoken like a mother.
Thanks, I guess.
Listen, I'll give you a piece of advice. A second piece. Actually, I am just bestowing all kinds of wisdom on everybody today, haven't I? If a ship is going down, the first thing you do is you take care of yourself. Otherwise, you're going to be of absolutely no use to everybody else. So you set yourself right, and then you take care of the others.
Okay. Is our ship going down, Lunasa?
Your ship hasn't even got a mast, girl.
Oh.
You're 2 oars short of a canoe.
She just is baffled by that one. So, what do you think I need to do then?
I think you need to have a long, hard conversation with yourself about what it is you really want to do in the temple and on the pilgrimage. They all seem to think that I can bring Regiment back.
Is that not what we're doing?
I said I'd bring you to the lad. Didn't say I'd bring the lad back.
So, what, we just get there and then that's it?
There's something at the end that waits for you.
For me or for all of us?
All of you.
something like
It's different for everyone. You know, I can't be saying it's this or it's that or it's this exact one thing. For everybody, it's always slightly different. But you'll find what you need
Okay.
there.
So wait, you can't bring Reggie back?
If I could bring some fella back from the dead, why the feck do you think I'd be walking people along a big dangerous pilgrimage on a mountain?
Well, what's the point then?
Of the whole. Do they not teach you anything anymore in schools?
Not about this.
She points up at a lot. There's a lot of tapestries. There's 4, but they're pinned and hanging from the ceiling all over the place. It's the same 4 tapestries, just in different places. She points at this one of a large mountain-like man kneeling down to a little girl. What do you know of that fella?
He was Reggie's guy. I
Right,
don't know.
his name is Olam.
He's- I knew
Great.
that.
Okay. Right, we won't have to write off a letter anyway just yet to the school system. We won't have to do any sort of huge amount of social change to get all these things rectified. Grant, that's Olam, god of Earth, one of the first, one of the big ones, one of the big ones out there. You know, the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle. Himself and the others, they all made this thing happen here. Tuar, Ifrit, the Win. They've all, you know, they all got their hands mucked into this, and out came, well, and she gestures around the place we're all standing on, right? And you know that he was big old responsible there now for a couple of things, but winter was one of his big things. He loves the cold, he does. Absolutely loves it. And with that, then he also found himself shouldering death. But he didn't ask for that one.
So why did he get put in charge of it then?
She takes the ladle from your hand and she points to a very, it's like a rusty brown tapestry, and it's sort of ombres down the whole way, kind of getting, it's very, very dark rust, mud, burnt earth brown at the top, down into this sort of faded, washed out, blood in the water kind of brown. And at the very, very top, hunched over, you see that mountainous figure made of this burnt red earth. A white eye, and there's just rivers of tears. And below, he reaches to something. And in the center of the tapestry, you see that little girl. But she's lying motionless on her side. You can't really read it from here, but just says, the first to live, the first to die. Olam truly never said goodbye.
So he took over death so he could say goodbye to her?
When they gathered together, they kind of found the place a bit quiet. You know, we weren't all fecking running around the place like we Egypts. Not yet, anyway. And, well, they took to thinking about what they'd kind of put into the world, and she points up at the tapestry again, and you can see her depicted in a couple of them. She was one of the first. She was Olam's little girl. She was more. And she died. And that's where the Winter's Pilgrimage comes from.
So what happens at the end?
And she kind of lets out a big heavy sigh and rolls her shoulders. Tell you, girl. Nobody knows.
But you've done it a bunch
I
of
haven't got
times.
fucking died.
You've brought other people there.
Yeah. And that's for them.
So you're telling me when we get to the end, the way we get to be with Reggie again is
Jesus,
to die?
you take everything so literally. You'll find exactly what you need at the end.
I guess I just have to trust you.
That's up to you, girl. Can't make.
What other choice do
You
I
could
have?
just go home.
No. I don't have one. It's burnt to the ground.
I think the stew's starting to burn as well.
She grabs the ladle off her.
Virgil kind of holding your attention. Umbra kind of leans in a little bit. Your assumption outside was correct. The people within these walls, myself included, we have died. The people, the pilgrims, the others, the priests, priestesses, laborers who occupy this space are unable to come to terms with that. Their denial anchors them here.
Is that a bad thing insofar as putting them to rest?
Denial is a very strange creature. It can bring a certain peace. It can allow one to see the world in a very particular way. And exist like that. But it's not the truth.
So if we're here to see my brother, is it just a nice lie?
Death isn't a lie. It is a mystery, Umbra. And his eyes glisten for a second. You walked the veil of the other side. I can see its touch upon you.
Yeah. And he reaches down and idly runs his fingers across where the lightning would have struck him. Yeah.
No, child. I don't speak of your most recent crossing.
Yes, no, there was another one. Yeah. More than most people manage, but look at me go. I'm racking them up.
I am aware of my existence. I know I am dead. I do not deny it. But where the many cling to the lies, it isn't denial that anchors me to this temple. And he smiles. It is hope. I have hoped for thousands of years that somebody would come here and bring peace to the Temple of Mor.
He hasn't sat down. He's still kind of nervously kind of pacing, but he stops and kind of leans heavily in the chair that he was sitting on. I mean, if you're talking about sanctifying it or something, then yeah, I could probably do. I'm not big on rituals, but I. Is there anything kind of specific, or is that what here? Do you think we can do that? I don't want to say we're fuck ups, but we're not fuck ups.
Umbra, by now, you will know, you have begun to understand. There is a change coming. The world is beginning to fracture. You, Nulra, Mooney, Diara, and even Regiment. You can bring those pieces back together. Or you can shatter them.
Yeah, okay. So he steps back from the chair. Look, I'm sorry. That's a lot to lay on like a couple of orphans, right? You know, you get that, right? You get that that's fucked up. And that's not on you cuz that's on mom and that's on everyone. The whole situation isn't ideal, but like for real, like 5 of us. Not even 5 anymore. It's just 4 of us and we fix everything. Does that sound realistic to you is what I'm asking, and I don't mean to be rude. Again, I really don't. It just
Is it any less realistic than you standing here and now in this vestry communicating with me?
oh, guess not.
You seek to leave. You do not have to bear the responsibility of bringing the temple to quiet. We have existed like this, and we can continue to exist like this. I must show you something. And he stands up and he moves to one of the cupboards. And he takes a little golden chain from around his neck, and on it there's a tiny little key. He presses it in and the lock pops. And inside you just see a very heavy folded piece of fabric. And he begins to unfurl it out. And it depicts a long path, starting with silver stairs, a temple, a charred forest, a tempestuous sea, and a never-ending plateau. Death is another journey. You are not alone, but each to themselves, their hurt only known. Your path from here is forbidden, until you've uncovered the hope that is hidden. To see the other side, you only need confide. To walk the path once more, the truth you can't ignore. The four of you share a truth. And you've never spoken about it. Speak the truth, Umbra. And you and your sisters will be able to walk free from the temple.
And
He puts the tapestry in your hands.
he kind of very limply holds it. And if we do bring peace to the temple, what does that look like? What does that mean for you and the rest?
It means the world grows still. And our journey can continue. Can we take our 10-minute break here? Because I really have to pee.
I mean, yeah, that's up to you, baby.
He says like that.
Okay.
We need to do.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
But
Quick,
I can't actually click the button to go on break because I got a boy.
Oh, look at
No.
the little baby.
So everyone's just gonna have to stare at us for a while.
We, Declan.
Go.
break, break,
Okay,
break, break, break.
Hang on, I've got it. I've got the break button at the ready. Everybody.
See you all in 10 minutes.
Bye.
3, 2, 1. Piss.
What?
Yeah. Fiona, what
And
do
we're on.
This
And
shit, it's so good.
Now sponsored by
Fiona, you
me.
can't fucking advertise.
Oh, it just says now sponsored by Linda. So
Linda. Fair play. Fair play to her.
Linda makes the best
lovely
chocolate,
woman.
just saying.
horrible workmate though.
Oh, everyone knows one.
I actually don't. I don't work with a Linda. Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Again,
Hi.
what have I dropped? Like I just went hello, as if I just dropped a. I'm from Cockney, London. I just did a Fergie on the London accent there. I'd like to apologise to everybody in Great Britain.
No.
You are welcome back to Rise of the Forsaken, Chapter 22, Book 3, Hope and Despair. A wonderful, wonderful,
Aw.
wonderful title. When we left off, Umbra had been handed a tapestry from the High Priest, Virgil. I was literally about to call you Daria. Diara and Lunasa had been learning a little bit more about the tapestries that hang in the common room here in the Temple of Mor. And Mooney and Nolra had followed Lunasa down a hallway. As the pair of you continue, and you can hear Lunasa's footsteps. She's a good bit away, but you can definitely hear them echoing. The temple here, it starts to get an awful lot colder. Like a draft or something is coursing through the hallway here. And there are just, again, all these different tapestries just line the wall and hang from the ceiling. There are alcoves where candles burn, but you feel the wind blasting down at you all the time. And on it, both of you recognize the putrid stench of rot.
Mooney, where are you in relation to me right now?
Probably right beside you.
She'll put a hand out and just put it on your arm and slow you a little bit. You get that too, don't you?
It smells like the campsite. Like something's died.
It smells like Nolra's feet.
Oh,
What did he say?
he agrees.
Okay.
Should we vote?
For once you're making sense, Brassica. Send him on ahead.
I'm not. No, maybe
Just let him scout it
we
out.
should
It's real
go
quick.
and check it out. Just in case.
I'll go check it
No,
out.
we'll both go.
Mooney?
I'm going with you. Remember, I'm your big old man wizard. I'm here to help.
Okay. But I go a little bit ahead.
Okay.
Yes, send the meat shield in front, and whatever else is in front of us, get her first.
What did he say?
He agrees.
Okay. Thanks, Brassica. I knew we were kind of reaching a common ground here. It feels good.
Brassica nods.
Feeling somewhat pleased with herself, Nora will step a little bit ahead of Mooney and walk on.
It's that false sense of confidence I gave her there. Now that's really what's going to get her in trouble. Got her.
Bastard.
You continue down the corridor, and like before, there is a heavy tapestry that kind of acts as a partition or a curtain into the hallway. It's very, very strange. It shows the temple, and it's sort of a top-down view, and you can see all the different rooms. You can see the path from the silver stairs up to the entrance and the tower you came through there. You see the prayer room and the statue. You see all the outer balconies, and then you see these two other rooms. And in the dead center of it, you do see what seems to be like the inner sanctum, or sort of more than just. It seems to be effectively at the heart of the temple. And in each of these rooms, that young girl is in a different state or in a different pose. In the entranceway, her hands are lifted up as if relieved to be here. In the prayer room, she seems to be, again, somewhat similar to the others that you had first encountered in there, on her hands and knees, bowing in prayer. In this room, her face is quite angry. And in the final room, the room at the heart of the temple, she's standing there listlessly.
What's her problem?
She looks sad. Do we?
Well, you reckon that her ma killed her brother and sent her here too?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Probably not. Do you really think that Mum killed Richmond?
Well, I think she uses other playthings. That's what I think.
Why do you?
I'm not happy about
Why
it.
do you think that?
She rescued us, saved us, brought us back together. Her own little fantasy, being a mom in her lovely little house in her lovely little village. And then she did what she did. She let Umbra die. She let Regiment die. It's not fair, Mooney.
I don't think she's got much control over who lives in.
She's dead, Mooney. She said she's dead.
But I don't think, she inflicts death. I think it's more like she's there whenever the inevitable happens, like a sort of shepherd sort of thing. I mean, it wasn't good, keeping us in the dark like that, but I don't think she did it malevolently. I think she was trying to keep us safe.
What if we weren't meant to come back?
What do you mean? I mean, maybe.
Do you really feel like...
Maybe we did die and she loved us so much that she brought us back. Maybe, that's why she sent us on this thing to find Regiment. Maybe he's beyond her grasp now and she sent us to do it instead.
What if none of us are meant to be here at all?
Again, maybe. But then where else are we supposed to be?
You don't remember any of it, no?
About
Before, ma'am.
About what?
Before, ma'am.
No. Do you?
I don't know. Bits and pieces, I don't know.
What bits and pieces do you remember? Because at least you have that. And those people, down at the village, they seem to remember you. Well, not you, but at least they remembered your parents. That's something.
I don't remember.
You kind of cut out there for me, sorry.
I don't remember them, but my real mum and dad. There's bits and pieces.
Tell me about them.
They were a proper mum and dad. Not like her. And I know they loved me. And I know I loved them. And I know I lost them. What's new? I'm just... How much loss can one person fucking take, Mooney? And I know Ma's putting us through the test right now, isn't she? With Regiment. What if we can't get him back at the end?
Well, at least we tried. And then we just have to, try harder to make sure we don't lose anybody else.
I think she's just playing a game with us.
I don't think she is.
That must be nice.
Nora,
Hmm.
a voice calls out from behind the curtain and the room beyond.
Do I recognize the voice?
Vaguely.
What?
Does Mooney hear it?
No.
I didn't say anything.
Don't take that tone with me, young lady.
Mooney, who the fuck is that?
That's Brassica. He's been here the whole time.
No, it's over that way. And she's going to start walking towards the curtain. Who the hell are you?
Mooney pokes in.
Nora, this isn't funny. I told you.
How the hell do you know my name? Who is this?
Of course I know your name. I gave it to you when you were born. Now, your mother and I told you not to run around the temple without one of us by your side. Care to explain yourself?
Do I say anything?
And as you move past the curtain and into the room beyond, you see the inner sanctum of the Temple of Mor. And standing in front of a statue right into the center, about 60 feet in front of you, you see a man, hardened by winter's wind, toughened by the cold, wizened by time, and greyed by it as well. And he turns, looking over his shoulder, and he just smiles at you. You see your father.
Mooney.
Does Mooney see him?
Mooney, a second or two after you follow behind Nulra into the room beyond and past the curtain, the smell hits you. The room is filled with a sludge, that black ooze that seems to have stained not only in Ishtarg, but now even here in the Temple of Mor. It clings to the wall like webs. It quivers. It slurps back and forth, and it even bubbles and boils like bog water. As you and Nulra step into the room, it almost seems to kind of surge forth a little bit. And directly in the center of the room, you see two statues. A young girl with her face buried in her hands, and crouching over her, almost trying to embrace her, you see Alaria.
Mooney, it's him.
It's her.
It's Dad.
It's Mum. What?
Can I move forward to him?
Yeah.
Dad?
Oh, and now she dares call me. On the way up, you told everyone that you didn't know who yourself and my mother were. I thought you were embarrassed to be seen with the pair of us.
Why are you here?
We've come to make offerings for your great-grandmother.
Where's Mom?
I don't know, I assume she's in the common room getting cots.
What happened to you two?
What do you mean?
Why are you here?
Have you been cleaning your ears the way I showed you?
Is she doing this to me?
I don't understand what you're talking. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Great.
Oh my
Let's see. Oh,
God.
lads, this is not fun. I don't have it open. I'm doing a Melissa on it. Hi, Melissa. 25.
As you step into the room, and Mooney, you watch as Nulra takes a step down. For a second, the ooze parts a little bit, almost to let her get her footing. But as soon as she takes that first step down into this central room, the ooze begins to drift or flow towards her, attaching itself, whipping out with these tendril-like coils, sticking and dragging.
Minnie grabs her shoulders and tries to pull her back.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, significantly worse. Constitution. That's a 7.
As you reach out for Nulra and you grab her shoulder, a tentacle of the ooze just whips up violently and wraps itself around your forearm. Brassica starts to hiss at it and tries to bite at it, and now some of the tentacles are actually wrapping themselves around his
Oh,
face.
shit.
No. Nulra.
Mooney, I'm far more concerned with you, and no, he's completely, his mouth is blocked.
She like lets go of Nulra and tries to like yank the ooze out of his mouth.
Nulra, I know you didn't want to come here. I know you'd rather be with your friends, but this is important. You do understand that, don't you?
Yeah, we're here for Regiment.
No. Who's Regiment?
Why are we here?
We're here for your great-grandmother.
Where's my sister?
She's with your mother, I assume.
Mooney?
Is because
Nulra, this isn't funny.
Why? How are you here? She's going to try and reach out and grab him.
As you reach out to grab him, he grabs your wrist.
I can feel this.
Yeah. You can feel the warmth in his hand. I don't know.
You're here. This is you.
Okay, Nulra, this isn't funny anymore. It's starting to become annoying, and I don't want to have to tell your mother how you're behaving. So, whatever little game it is that you've concocted for yourself, drop it.
She's going to just throw her arms around him and hug him.
He lifts his arms kind of up and a little bit like he hugs you. This doesn't mean I'm not cross with you.
Does it smell like him? Like what she remembers?
Yeah. You can kind of smell like it's the first frost. Smoked chipwood. And he wore like kind of it was a blood mandarin sort of oil he would wear.
Don't leave me.
Well, if you could stay within my line of sight. How is somebody so tall, so quick to just dash and you're not? And he immediately starts to search your pockets. You're not hiding out on a scroll of invisibility on me or anything, are you?
Don't leave me. Mom, neither.
I reckon I probably could get about an hour's away before that lady tracks me down. So I'm going nowhere.
I want to see her. Where is she?
She's probably with your sister. She's very tired from the walk.
Which way? Show me where.
The offerings for your great grandmother first.
Okay.
And
And she'll put her hand in his and
he takes it firmly, and he gives it a squeeze. Both of you give me strength saving throws. Nolra at disadvantage.
Ooh, baby. Oh no, it got stuck. It got stuck.
3.
Oh shit. 10 for my first. Okay, that one's much better. So let's go with the 10.
Okay. Well, you have to go with the 10 because it was at disadvantage.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
23.
Okay. I wish it was the 23, but it's not. It's the 10. Um, Nolra, as you walk further in, and by now you are practically entombed in this ooze, like it's wrapped itself around you entirely. You can feel the strength in his hand. You can feel the roughness of the calluses on the palm. You can almost feel the kind of the sweat. And Mooney, as you struggle and fight against it, this thing pulls you down and it's now dragging you deeper into it. And you see this thing has wrapped itself, almost cocooning Nolra entirely. And you're dragged towards the statue in the center of the room.
Towards the center?
Towards the statues.
I kind of want to get dragged to it.
And as you are pulled towards it, the room gets painfully cold.
No.
It's colder than the winds outside that lashed and whipped at you. And you feel the fur stand. This isn't just a cold wind. This is something else. This is something otherworldly. And Baraska, you can see him thrashing violently now.
Oh god.
And his eyes are stinging with tears. He's in pain and he's terrified.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No, she doesn't like it anymore. Is there any way that she can free him? Like her priority is freeing him?
Have you got anything?
I don't. Oh my god.
Create bonfire in the middle of it all.
See,
Burn everything.
I could do that, but then I'm afraid that's gonna drag me into the bonfire. Oh god. Yeah, whatever. She's going to see the whatchamacallit, the statue in the very center, and she's going to remember that little story that she just read about the little ember consuming too much, and she's going to cast Create Bonfire, centered on the statue, and create a 5-foot cube of just fire. Hopefully, it's going to burn the tendrils at the source.
There's a burst of heat right from the center of the room, and Nolra, you see an elderly priest just cast some incense onto one of the braziers, and it lights up, and you feel the flash of warmth on your skin, and you see the dust burn and twinkle into little tiny embers and sparks, different colors. And your father even kind of stops to take it in for a moment. And Mooney, as you conjure a flaming wall in the middle on top of this statue, you see the ooze recoil for a second, and Brassica manages to, because he's thrashing so violently, manages to wriggle free, and hopping up onto you, he kind of just looks, Mooney, there's something coming, and he looks straight at the statue.
Mooney is not even going to think about it. She's going to cast. She is going to cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp to create her Padgerpaw, but she's going to this is going to be non-lethal. She's going to try and get the paw to grab Brassica and yeet him out of the room.
Does that have to make any attack rolls or anything?
It does have to make an attack roll, but it's going to be, in case I do damage to him, it'll be non-lethal damage.
Yeah, that's fine. No, it's more just to
And-
see how far you end up throwing
No.
that guy.
Oh, he's going to feel this. He has to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. See, I knew this was going to be an RP heavy session, so I was like, I don't need any dice for this one. I'll be grand. I'll get some dice. I have some in front of me. Some shiny, sharpie purple. But that's a nat 1.
So the badger paw just grabs him gently. It will do damage to him because that's part of the spell.
Yep.
2d6 damage. Oh, thank God, I rolled quite low for that. He does 6 bludgeoning damage
Okay.
as he's just tossed out of the room.
Back the direction you came.
Yeah.
He kind of looks at you, and then you see like this hand just erupt, and it's made of tiles and earth, and it grabs him by the nape, and he lets out a yelp, and he just, Mooney, what are you doing? And he's gone. He's literally, there's a little yip as he is yeeted away from you towards the door. It's intuitively, he knows what you're doing. And as he lands with a bump and a bounce and a roll, he kind of just looks at you very, very calmly. I'll get Umbra, and he just runs. He just starts running back down the hallway.
Minnie rolls over onto her stomach and is looking around for Nulra. Does she see her?
Nulra is being dragged down onto her knees.
Oh God! Oh God! Do I have time for another spell, or I suppose that?
No, you don't, I'm afraid.
No.
As you and your father go to bow and kneel, Nulra in front of the statue, he takes out a small little pocketbook, and from it he takes out a slip of paper, and on it there is a little sketched portrait of a dwarven woman. And your parents have talked about her sometimes. You never met her. Elspeth died a long time ago. She died in the heat of battle. And you always remember them talking a little bit about her, and she was a great warrior, a great mother, and all these things. But the picture looks familiar, and there's a niggling sense somewhere at the back of your mind. And as you concentrate on it, you feel yourself overwhelmed. And rising out of the statue, Mooney, you see the spectral, almost ethereal form of this twisted serpent.
Ooh.
2 large horns spindle out of the top of its head. 4 rows of teeth fill its mouth. Its face is almost human-like, but its eyes are deathly reptile. A large forked tongue sizzles out of its mouth. And back in the vestry, Virgil looks to you, Umbra, as you hold the tapestry. All of these feelings hold us here. But I'm afraid they have become something entirely and purely evil.
Would you have any way of knowing from in here if they have left the temple grounds? Because we fought something outside.
You speak of a shadow.
Yeah.
That shadow seeps from this essence like a root tapping the earth and draining it of nourishment. This was once a place where people sought refuge. It is a prison and a graveyard. And at the very heart of it, Olam's first daughter lies. Her spirit corrupted.
Okay, hang on. So sorry. You're saying we have to. Are you saying? Are you suggesting we murder the offspring of a god? Is that the gist?
I am asking you to help free her from this poison. To free us all.
He looks down at the tapestry in his hands and starts to gingerly fold it, having paid pretty exact attention to how it was unfurled in the first place. Well, I should probably ask the others, because this seems like a pretty big decision for little old Umbra to make. But seems like the right thing to do, huh?
When denial turns to despair, Umbra, all we have left is hope.
You gotta know what you're hoping for is the thing, though, huh?
We all hope for the same thing.
Don't tell me, I'll figure it out. And he turns to walk back towards the entrance to the vestry in the main area.
As you turn to leave, he puts a hand on your shoulder. You have the answer. If you do this, if you bring a quiet to this once hallowed ground, there is something I can show you.
Okay, you don't gotta butter me up. I'm doing it.
As you go to leave, Diara, Lunasa has been kind of looking around. You know, a lot of people seem to be fed. A lot of people seem to be now in a little stew coma. Do you know what? I left those two sisters of yours wandering, and I'm sure by now Nolra has probably gone and gotten herself into some sort of trouble. Not to mention Umbra is probably just standing in the entrance hall like a bumbling idiot. So, what say you and I take a couple of bowls of stew, plonk ourselves down in front of them, and eat the whole bloody lot?
Maybe we should take them some.
Well, depends on how much trouble they've caused. I can't say she's actually gone and ingratiated herself to the other pilgrims.
Listen, she'll be even worse if we don't feed her.
Oh yeah. She strikes me. She has an attitude one way or the other, anyway.
I would rather take full than hungry.
Fair enough. You know her better than I do. Right. I'll carry a bit of stew for that wafy fella. I'd say he doesn't eat nothing at all. And Umbra. Yeah, I'll bring him something. And yeah, sure. Look, you bring the others, and I'll just. And she starts to like take a couple of bites out of Umbra's bowl, without a spoon. She's literally just like kind of like just eating a little bit out of it. It's good. It's grand. It's fine. I just a couple of pieces. Just and she eats another piece of meat out of it as well. I'm sure. Look,
I'm just here. Let me just. And she's just gonna put them all on a tray.
well, I was just making sure now that there was enough meat in it, and there's still a bit. There's still a bit there now at the bottom. There, he'll be able to get that. But the vegetables he should be having more than nothing else. He needs that vitamins. And look at him. He's terribly, terribly pale young fella.
Kind of like it. Gestures at herself. We match.
Oh, the whole pale complexion thing. Is this some sort of trend now amongst you all?
Something like that.
Don't really get youth culture. Right.
That's
Back
okay.
to the entrance. No doubt she's probably getting herself turfed out now by one of the monks.
If she hasn't turfed them out.
Well, she'll find herself in a bit of a struggle if she does. Ancient warriors they are around here. Masters they are of the arts.
Good to know.
Give you a good lecture there on the classics.
Mm.
They would. Yeah, they'd give your brain a right thrashing. They would. They're awful boring though.
I'll leave that to Umbra.
Oh, speak of boring. And she waddles out again, like a bindle full of a few bits and pieces, and she's saluting people as she kind of goes. And as you head back out onto the balcony, this time she kind of stops and pauses at that entranceway. She kind of looks in. Nope, nothing there. And she continues on towards the main hallway where you bump into Umbra leaving the vestry.
I brought you some stew. Don't take that one. Take this one.
Yeah, okay, that's nice, but everyone here is dead, and we have to go and like purify Olam's firstborn daughter and prevent the kind of rotten poison from creeping throughout the entire place. And it's a whole thing. They are. I'm tired.
I knew I saw that crap in that room, and she gestures back to the way they came. There's a whole room full of that ooze, like just there.
Oh,
And she said she saw nothing.
yeah, she's probably dead.
Well,
Well, how come she can?
Because they're all in denial. He told me that.
I'm in absolutely no state of denial. What the? You'd want to cop onto yourself now.
Who were the initials you carved into that there rock face?
Well, that I'm not ready to talk about. And you've been nothing but rude to me actually since we got here.
I have so much going on. I have so much happening in my life on a moment-to-moment basis.
Uh-huh.
And I need a win. I need this one, Luna. So are you gonna help us purify Olam's daughter or not?
Look, if I'm not guiding Egypt down the pilgrimage, I'm purifying this or I'm purifying that. And I have to say now, I have to say, I've been asked in kinder ways now. But I won't let it come between us now, Umbra. I mean, I slaved over a pot of stew. I brought it for you.
Which one's mine?
Not that.
And you can pick. You can have your pick, but I get the impression that if Nolra doesn't get a bite to eat, she's going to be worse to deal with than anything else.
She's been having a pretty tough time lately, but yeah, she is pretty much a huge asshole. So let's go get her, I guess.
Cheesy. Can I, as she's waddling off, they went this way. Can I just say, you're all very preoccupied with your own self-righteousness and your own issues and your own problems. Nobody's ever stopped to ask me anything about how I'm feeling.
Is it dead?
No. And she kind of like, she flaps one of her arms. Nope. Not yet, anyway.
Okay. Well, look, that's better than most.
Most of what?
Never mind. He leans very heavily on Diara, just in a kind of a generally weary way.
As ye follow Lunasa down the corridor, and again, people are like giving out, but now that you're with Lunasa, it seems to be okay because people seem to know her here, and people are kind of like nodding at her respectfully. You pass through a room with a huge statue of Olam in it. She leads you up a staircase and down a long corridor. And the smell, it brings you right back to Canuck. And the mines. It's a terrifying memory that oozes and clings to the edges of your mind. And as much as you try and push it down, as much as you try and push it away, it holds fast. It's stuck. And as you push past the curtain that leads into the room beyond, coiled around the statue in the center of the room, you see this giant snake-like creature. It is not of this world. It seems to phase in and out of this space. You can see the bones and flesh and muscle that lingered there once before, but it rots and burns away, and you just see this spectral form. And as you wander in, you hear a voice call out in your head, Diara. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Mm. 14.
You hear a voice just call out, "Kill him." And it echoes inside your head. And you turn to face Umbra. And we'll leave it there.
Oh my god.
I'd like to see you try, motherfucker.
Oh!
One shattering.
Oh
your
no!
Second.
PvP.
Oh,
PvP.
I'm having a great time. You guys have fun.
Oh, we're
Oh
all
my
having.
gosh.
Oh
so
no!
Oh, jeez. Oh, the pals.
Not the pals.
What's gonna happen to the Rise of the Forsaken kids? Oh,
God.
no.
Damn it, Nora. God
Fuck's
damn
sake,
it.
Nora.
You and your damn family.
You tick.
Oh.
Bye.
There's her down out.
Oh, Diara didn't use her
Poor
nat 20.
Daddy.
Oh, you're correct, Homebrew. Diara had a nat 20 that she could have used in this episode, and she did not use it.
Oh,
God damn it.
fuck's sake.
I will tell you what, since next week it's going to be a continuation of this episode, I will because it's Christmas and because Santa himself is here, followed by Santa's side piece, I
What that
will
mouth do?
Oh.
I will let you carry it
Stop
into next
that.
week's session.
Mwah,
Thanks.
Okay.
mwah.
I will make a note. What's next week's
It's
episode
it's
called?
part 2 of
Part
Hope and
2.
Despair. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh Jesus,
Um,
that thing is scary.
Okay.
The glasses are a bit
Just if we
wonky,
if,
aren't
if we
they?
could, if we could pop them away for like a split second, so I could do a couple of quick shout outs without forgetting my place. First and foremost, we'd like to thank the Rook and the Raven. And if you are in the market for a customizable campaign planner or a player journal, then we recommend you check out the Rook and the Raven for some seriously awesome notebooks that you can customize to your heart's content, whether you are the dungeon master or the player. And if you use the code D8Dungeon at the checkout, you will receive a discount, and we will get a little. We get a little bit of that. We get a little stipend from that sale. And no, you are not getting a level. You can put that down. And
Santa says.
Focus. Focus.
Santa-
Look at his tiny
Santa-
hands. Look at his
Santa
tiny
says-
hands,
Santa
Declan.
Why
says-
does my camera not focus?
Santa-
It's so unfair.
Santa,
Yes, Declan.
Santa, you can have a level, but Fiona doesn't get one.
Boo.
I'm going to give my level to
They're
Nora.
non-transferable. That's how it works. Also to mention, we are now part of the Dakota Irish Guild, and we have a discount code if you'd like to use it over the next couple of days. It lasts until the end of the month. If you use the code D8Dungeon at the checkout, you're looking to get some new dice, you're looking to up your TTRPG rolling game, or you're looking to bribe the GM in your life. Well, now you can do it with a 10% discount. So head on over to Dakota Irish, get yourself some snazzy new dice, and use the code D8Dungeon at the checkout, and you will get 10% off your order.
Very nice.
We'd like to quickly thank Mana Pot Studios for the raid.
Yay.
I don't know if you guys are still about, but thank you so much for dropping in. And to quickly mention some other friends in the TRPG sphere, and go give Manapod Studios a follow here as well. They give a space to a lot of EU TTRPG creators and host a lot of different events and lots of different streams. And there is some really awesome content out there on their channel. So do make sure you're giving them a follow here on Twitch. Also, just to mention our good friends Homebrew and Homebrew Quest, another bunch of Irish tabletop role-playing gamers, and like it's not a secret anymore, but like you all know at this stage that we just have a huge crush on the Homebrew
We're
gang.
all getting married.
It's a can.
Well, no, there was some smart comments directed towards Nora from Homebrew.
Then we're
in
definitely
today's-
getting married. Practically family now. No, so do make sure you give Homebrew Quest a follow over on YouTube. They stream fortnightly on Tuesdays, so you won't find a sounder bunch of folks out there. So we love them. Lastly, just to mention, we are D8 Dungeon. We are a group of Irish tabletop role-playing game enthusiasts. Jesus, Cat, that's a lot of dice. And
No such thing.
we love telling stories, and we love sharing them with people all over the world. We have a podcast series that drops a new episode every second Friday, and there's a new episode out. Episode 25 of season 2 is out on Friday, and it's so much fun. Like, honestly, we're building up towards the end of season 2. I get to have so much fun. Oh, that's episode 26. Episode 25 is fine. Just phone it in. It's fine. No, episode 25 is great crack. It's the second half. If you didn't catch episode 24, an old favorite from season 1 returned, and Hephaestus got her hands on a very questionable item. I mean, it gave Tremor sense, but it could have probably come with a better name. So yeah, check out episode 24. It's out there now. And if you'd like to know why a kobold sells jams and has a smut box, well, you'll get your answer possibly in episode 24. Episode 25 drops on Friday. Romance the Dungeon drops every second Friday. We are back next week here ahead of Christmas, because we wouldn't have an episode around the Christmas holidays. So instead, we're back on the 19th. So we will be live here next week, hopefully with a full cast, and we'll have to spend the time catching Melissa up as to the misadventures of Lunasa running around the temple like a lunatic. A big, awesome thank you to Fiona, James, Eilish, and Kat for that lifted my spirits, everybody.
Yay,
Thank you
glad to
so
hear
much
it.
for that. That was absolutely.
You're so welcome, Declan. You're so
You're not
welcome.
getting leveled. Shut up. You're not getting a level. You're not getting level. It's such a pleasure to run these games for y'all. You make it so you don't make it easy. I was supposed to say you make it easy. You don't make it easy, but you make it really fun and you make it really entertaining for me. So thanks so much for that. We are back next week. I think that's all my stuff that I was supposed to say. Right? That's everything.
Now it's time for Fiona's announcements. Go.
Nora got a level. Thanks, Declan.
Mm,
I know we wanted to keep it a secret to the end, but I'm just going to say it now.
yeah, it's actually the end of season 3. You'll be getting a level.
She's not coming back in season 4, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Fine.
Level
You are all such
soon.
bullies.
We will see you very, very soon. Have a great week. And if you're not on our Discord server, come on, hang out over on our Discord server. James already popped the link into it there. There are some lovely folks there. And yeah, some
I'm
great games.
there.
And
The loveliest.
Bye.
we do like to talk about the show. Okay. Mind yourselves. Have a great week and stay in touch. Take care.
Bye, babies. Bye. Bye, everybody.